Hello friends, welcome to this video. Today I have for you a video that has been actually a few months in the making, and it is Tribe Gen Part 12. This is the last little bit of the story that I personally have planned, but if you guys really want more of the Tribe Gen with these characters, like more of this story, let me know. If you want a different Tribe Gen, like whole new tribes, a new story, that could be fun too. Also let me know, and I kind of have a lot to go through today actually, so I'm just quickly gonna get right into it. So one of the main things that has come up over the several months that I've been doing this Tribe Gen story is what happened to the GeierWing Animuses. Just a little refresher, all of these tribes came from a tribe generator, and the GeierWing tribe actually, the generator gave them 2 Animuses. And during the course of this whole story, we have not heard from them at all. So yeah, what are they doing? What happened to them? Why aren't they like part of the battle or anything? So this is kind of the backstory to that. Okay, so our first GeierWing Animus is named Zircon, and actually this character was not created by me. This character was created by our head admin Autumn over on Discord. Zircon is her character that she made, and his story was just so cool. We had to make it canon and make it work with the entire Tribe Gen thing. So that's what we did, which means that this little story is also co-written by Autumn from Discord. Okay, so the first Animus is Zircon. Zircon used to look like this, but now he looks like this, and he has a villain arc, okay? Okay, so the story of Zircon is not complete without the story of this character I'm drawing right now, whose name is, well, it's been Jerry for the entire time that I have been writing about him. Anyway, his official name is going to be Jacinth, which is a type of Zircon. I just learned that. Thank you, Google. Also called Hyacinth. Anyway, all right, so Zircon actually has an extensive like family tree and backstory, but for the sake of time, basically he is like part of like a highborn general family, though he did come from an egg with only a little metal. So growing up, he looked very sickly, and Jacinth, he was a commoner, you know. I mean, but what bound these two together from childhood is that they're both animuses, and anyway, they both have these special powers, and they find out about each other when they're really young. So basically, they're playing around when they're really little, and Zircon is able to like summon firecrackers, like as a joke, as a prank, and then Jerry realizes like, hey, wait, I also can do this, because they've each been like experimenting on their own. They both found out but didn't want to tell anybody, and they, you know, find each other. And basically that's how they become friends. And in my head, I feel like they wouldn't have become friends if Jerry wasn't also an Animus. Sorry, Jacinth, Jerry, whatever. Because Jerry's a commoner and Zircon is, you know, a highborn, interesting fellow. Now, as a hatchling, essentially, Jerry kept his power hidden because he was already like small and picked on, and he kind of didn't really want to be, you know, shown to be any different, like more things for people to make fun of. But after becoming friends with Zircon, you know, Zircon kind of adds to this by saying, you know, we have to keep this a secret because we're just going to become tools for other people if they find out that we're animi. Now, Zircon is and has always been a very cunning dragon, but he's also a psychopath. And his ulterior motive for keeping it a secret is that he'll be able to use his power without any consequences. If no one knows that he's an animus, no one can put any restrictions on him. As they get older, their reasoning becomes even more sound because, you know, the tribe is plunged into war, and, you know, we'd just be war slaves if they knew, you know. Selenite probably would have definitely tried to own them, for sure. So they they avoid that. As Zircon and Jerry grow up, they become quite different dragons. Jerry has always been shy and meek and kind of just not wanting to be noticed, essentially. And Zircon basically figures out that he's essentially a god. He can do whatever he wants. The third member of their little friend group when they're growing up is a dragon called Yu, and she eventually gets together with Zircon, and he is not the best partner. And at this point, Zircon looks like this to intimidate and scare others. He's having his villain arc at this point. In any case, Jerry has always also been friends with Yu, and he notices that she is acting weird. She's more closed off. She seems just sad a lot of the time, but like she's not saying that anything is wrong. So it's like, what can Jerry do? So the only thing he can think of is actually just talk to his friend, right? They've been friends since they were children. He really looks up to Zircon. Like, he thinks they can talk it out. And at this talk, it just becomes extremely clear that Zircon is going down the path of insanity, or I think a better word is villainy. Basically, Jerry's heart like shatters into a million pieces because his friend counters with, "Nothing is wrong. Hey, why don't I tell the king and queen that you're an Animus? Wouldn't they like to know that you didn't help with their war? Or, we don't even need a king and queen. We can just kill them and then we could be in charge." And it's just like chills going down Jerry's spine. Like, Zircon also really likes to play mind games. So in addition to making his appearance extra scary, his voice is like distorted and he moves like in a weird way. It's hard to explain unless you've read some of the story that Autumn has written. There's just nothing like it. But basically, like, Zircon does not care if he had to slaughter the entire tribe. As long as he's in power, as long as he gets what he wants, he's good. And this is the point where Jerry realizes, like, he has to do something. This is solidified when he goes to Yu and talks to her, and she kind of finally breaks and tells him what's been going on and how Zircon has been tormenting her. And at this point, there's nothing he can do but take him down. And Jerry is the only one who can do it because he's the only other Animus in this world right now. So he sends Zircon a message to meet him at the cliffs, and they fight. Since they're both Animuses, animi, neither of them can actually enchant the other one unless they touch. So basically, they're trying to fight, but also they're trying to play keep away at the same time. And even though Zircon is like scrawny and almost sickly weak, he's fast, and he slices Jerry right through the eye, leaving behind this like glitchy scratch that Jerry doesn't know if it's enchanted or not, but like he just has to keep trying. So they go back and forth more, and Zircon actually pushes Jerry off this cliff. Like, guys, these are red cliffs at sunset, and they're like fighting on the edge, and I can see it so clearly, and I wish I had drawn it, but I just didn't have the time. But basically, Jerry tumbles off of these cliffs. For Jerry, time essentially slows as his fate coalesces, and as Zircon is preparing to flee, he throws the mirror. Jerry's mirror hits Zircon right on the noggin, and Zircon is trapped inside this mirror. But of course, Zircon is an Animus. He is very smart, very conniving. It's not the end. So Jerry has to essentially go off into the desert and protect this mirror from falling into anyone's hands. And that is his mission until he dies, which sadly occurs pretty soon because he basically put all of his power into this binding mirror. But of course, that's not enough, and naturally, dragons find the mirror. Clutched in the skeletonized claws of Jerry. Sorry it got a little dark at the end, but this essentially is what happened to those animuses, and it is the jumping off point for the roleplay in the Discord. With this final bit of the story all like done, officially, you guys can now roleplay in the Discord. This is the announcement. You can do it. Go do it. You'll definitely have to confer with Autumn about how scary Zircon is, because I could not put into this video the incredible way that she writes Zircon. It's crazy. So, but Zircon's there in the mirror, so maybe you guys can interact with him. Who knows? There wasn't a ton of time in this video to explain Jerry and Terry. Sorry, not Terry, Zircon. But I am totally down to answer questions in the comments, and if anyone has questions about Zircon, Autumn is in the Discord, and sometimes she's on YouTube too, down in the comments section. But yeah, anyway, let me know if you have any questions or comments about this video, about the animuses in this world, and what types of stories you want to hear from me next, now that this Tribe Gen series, at least the main parts for me, are done. I actually have a few on my mind right now as we speak. Of course, we have to give a huge thank you to Autumn for making this storyline. Without her, we'd just have one big plot hole. Instead, we have whatever this is: heartbreak, evil, etc. Okay, in any case, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would like to thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you around.